I know you've addressed this on the Orange and Brown Talk podcast. Favorite draft pick, most head scratching, and we just most likely to make an impact. We already talked about Cedric Tillman. So, favorite pick and the one that's most head scratching.
Well, my favorite one is that one again. It's Cedric Tillman because of the reasons that I just mentioned. And heading into the draft, I mentioned that they really needed to add another pass catcher for Deshaun Watson. If you look around the league, you see that that's what the Ravens are doing over there for Lamar Jackson. That's last year exactly what the Chiefs did for Patrick Mahomes. They kept giving him weapons. We know all of the weapons that Joe Burrow has. So, it's a passing game, and this is Deshaun Watson's very first season, and I thought it was vitally important to give him another weapon. So they went out and did that. But, you look at Siaki Ika, they really needed another really good defensive tackle in there, another candidate to spend some time next to Dalvin Tomlinson. So I think that's another one that you can really look at.
Yeah, and I didn't really think there were any that, you looked at and said, man, what are they? I kind of understood all of them, which is, you can't always say that when you're picking third round and later.
Yeah, sometimes you do look at a draft and even last year, I think people were scratching their heads a little bit over why they would go ahead and take Martin Emerson first. Nobody was really looking at cornerback at that spot, knowing that they had just drafted Greg Newsome the year before in the first round, and they already had Denzel Ward. So that one, I think some people thought, oh, this is a little bit of a head scratcher, but it turned out perfectly. So, I did not have any of those this year. I went into it really thinking that they needed to get that receiver, really thinking they needed to get that edge rusher, which they got, thinking that they were going to draft a developmental quarterback. The only thing that they didn't do that I thought they probably would do is draft a running back somewhere. So if there was any kind of a head scratcher anywhere, it was that they didn't end up with a running back.
Yeah, I would. That did surprise me as well. The other thing is, Siaki Ika, when you heard Jim Schwartz with him, I felt a whole lot better about that pick with Jim Schwartz's reaction and interaction with Siaki. And hearing him, I could see where he would appeal to a coaching staff.
Yeah, the thing that you have to remember is that Jim Schwartz is coming in with, a new set of criteria on what he wants in his defensive tackles and really all of his defensive players. So, this is the profile of what he wanted in this kind of a defensive tackle, a really big guy that can also move, that has hustle, that has motor. And I think that they will make sure that he's playing down around that lower range of his 335 instead of up in the 355 range, so that he can move, so that he can go forward, so that he doesn't have to take on, all the gaps that he did when he was in college. So I think that, they really have some great designs on what they see in him, and now he's just got to live up to it.